Hello and good morning. Welcome to me and Grounded. My name's Daniel, and as the title says, I'm planning to do the Red Ant Hill and maybe go swimming. Um, so I've been busy. We'll go and see the house in a minute, but I want to do a couple of these bits first.
Science!
'Cause I don't have a lot of these bits and pieces. I thought that was going to give me something else, and it didn't. That's fine. And I thought that was going to give me something else as well, but apparently not. That is also fine. Yeah, I've been busy. Been busy. First of all, I got... Oh, let's go on there, it'll be easier. I'm pretty sure I got a few milk molars, mega milk molars offline. Definitely got one a minute ago. So that's what the stats look like for the moment. I'm hoping... I know there's one milk molar in the anthill, so I'm going to hopefully pop that onto health in a bit. And then this is my priority. I really need to find some more gold molars. The storage system at the moment is a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I've worked through some of these. Might do that today as well if I'm still with it by the time we get towards the end of the stream, but we shall see. I'm probably going to do some sort of upgradey bits as well, potentially. Just to show that off, because there was a thing that said upgrade something. And this tab's now open because I've done more than 20 normal missions, so I've been farming a little bit on the daily ones. Absolutely loves me killing grubs. Yeah, absolutely loves it. And then that's what I've got available for the moment. But I think the chip from the Red Anthill gives me a few minor upgrades. And I kind of want to just check that out just in case I'm right. This hasn't really changed that much. My bed is now a bed. It's downstairs still. My kitchen, I've now got some storage down here for smoothie bits. One of these has got fuzz. Yes. One of these has got just the mite fuzz, because you need that for fuzz on the rocks. I won't be making too many of those, but moving into boss phase territory, I might make a couple of those. This is my lifeline at the moment, the smoothie, soothing syrup smoothie. Again, once I get into boss fight territory, there'll be some better versions of those available. I have no water in this for the moment because I still have no way of getting water to it. I'm going to grab that to stop the ants trying to get that, which is why this is upstairs, because they can grab it through the floor. I have been busy making silk rope. And normal rope. Just made these 3 a second ago, so that's why there's nothing in them. This is making... Yeah. This is making mushroom slurry, which is going to be extremely useful towards the end of the game. I want to get a massive supply of that ahead of time. As if Shannon pops on later or whatever, she knows from our world that we've got going on that I use a lot of mushroom bricks. Yeah, we had a large chest filled and I used them in a day. 700 mushroom bricks. So done a bit more to the storage room. This is some of the bug bits that I've got laying around. Yeah, that's going to go over there somewhere. We're going to live in this chest for a minute. Because, why not? But yeah, these were all 10 at one point. These are now up to 15, which is fantastic, but I'm going to fill that quickly. Don't need that on me. Save some storage space. Keep the rest of that. Don't think I'm going to need the gas mask, but who knows. Sprig. What else is in there? Mushrooms. Yeah, so I've been working a little bit on some slurry, but production is now going to jump up very quickly with these ones. These are just the tall mushrooms, but you need a tier 2 axe to cut them down. Hence the tier 2 axe that I'm currently holding in my hand. Gathering some of those because I needed some for some fences, which are upstairs. I'm going to need that in a minute. I don't have a whole lot of this stuff available yet, but there's some more in the anthill, I'm pretty sure. These are all the bits that I've harvested that I still haven't researched. I'll probably do some of these on camera later. Maybe. Mostly want to try and do as many of them as I can on camera, just so that it shows the unlocks, but most of it isn't too terrible if I miss it. Found a second fluffy dandelion, so this is going to be my collectibles box. I'm going to keep all the trinkets I can find in there. This is going to be sort of weapons and armour and ammo, things like that will be down here. I'm not sure what to do with this one yet, but I'll work on it at some point. Then we can go upstairs. This is my roof. This is what I need the thistles for, because you need thistles. I think it's bits of acorn as well. The first attack from any flying creatures that we get, that is going to be completely demolished. I'm aware of that. But that's not too difficult to repair if I need to. And then I started on my zipline tower, which is really impressive. You'll like this. You'll like the efficiency on how fast this zipline goes. Because I want to go to the oak lab.
Don't look down! Don't look down!
Yeah. Yeah. It's not very efficient at this point. But again, those of you that have played the game till the end, you'll know that there's a way to make that faster. I'll try and hold off saying what that is in the future. Do I need to upgrade any of this yet? No, I was possibly going to upgrade that. So yeah, if you are struggling to find a reason to upgrade anything this early, there is only one type of gas mask. So if you get like a daily quest that says upgrade a piece of armor, I'm not sure if there is or isn't, but you can always do your gas mask. You're not going to waste any of the resources on low tier stuff because it's not actually tiered. The rest of this, there is a better version of everything on this screen at the moment. There's a tier 3 hammer, there's a tier 3 axe. This is still tier 1 armor. So the next one I might work towards is the ladybug, but maybe not just yet. Better bows and crossbows. There's basically two versions of the same, similar sort of blade. There is only a tier 2 spade at this point, or shovel. So yeah, I don't want to waste all the stuff on low stuff. Oh, let's repair that because that, it might not be needed. It's one rock. I shouldn't need it because I've got the ant armor on. Part of what I want to do whilst I'm in here is possibly going to upset them. So
Scrabble along, comrade.
which is cool.
Just give me a second to let my eyes adjust to that.
Leave all the lights and things out. Now you're fine. That was rude. I was going to pick that up. You find that parts of the anthill will have bits of food in. Like it's this way. This is what I wanted to bring. That's a hammer. I'm pretty sure there's a tier 2 in here somewhere as well. He's breaking. There's definitely a gold bowler. Just need to be careful. Swinging this around in here. Find more science in a moment. There it is.
Science.
Nothing like a little science, as I always say.
This way. Yeah, that's where their food is. It's not too bad in here today. Yeah, that the amount of food that's in here can get a little silly. Sometimes it's just literally covered this entire space. So I tend to come in here and just pick up what you can. The food itself doesn't actually give you a lot of food, but it doesn't spoil. So you can sort of build up a storage of it. And in a absolute dire situation, you can eat some of that. And you haven't really got to do that much to obtain it. Just pop in here every now and again. Sounds like there's something on the surface attacking the ants. I'm also going to find some mint down here. This isn't necessarily essential right now, but moving forward, once you get access to the oven, you can melt them down and effectively put elements onto your weapons. Which if you
Peeping makes me feel a little creepy.
example, says spicy. It's weak to spicy. There's a spicy candy which you can use to give it spicy. In that case, the mint gives you fresh. There's a sour candy and what's the other one? And there's salt crystals to give you salty. Again, certain creatures are immune to certain things and others are not. I need to come out of here with all 3 pieces of this. So, like the normal armour, you will occasionally find pieces of rotten armour, which there is a trinket in the game that gives you a boost to it of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but if we analyse that when we get back, it will enable us to make the bee shoulder pads, or give us the recipe for it. But you need all 3 pieces effectively to find it. This early on anyway. Eventually you can just unlock it. Through here more. That sounds like I made a wrong turn somewhere. Up, out of here.
Spotted a soldier ant.
That's the other thing that I want from here. Don't need many. Without them, I can't create the thing that you make from them. Rocks. Very aware there's a hole here somewhere. Still more raw science, cool. Apparently it's quite loud. There's a little bit of chirping in the background there. That is our destinations from here.
Science!
I'll start working on my acceptance speech.
That's the second piece of the armour. I want to go down here. A couple of reasons. One, this is a nice safe spot to get a couple of eggs. We also have the ant queen down here as well.
Let's see what we can find. Right there.
Nope.
A new one found.
Beep. So, just so you know, can't actually hurt the queen. What you can do is offer her food. You can only offer 1 piece of food per playthrough. So, we'll probably start off with that one, which is the nice offering. And do that on all 3 ant queens that are out there. The second playthrough, you get a third option. The third option is probably what I'm going to do on the second playthrough. And then actual decide what I'm going to do after that. But effectively, you can befriend each of the ant queens, or you can kill them. If you kill the ant queen, any of the ant queens, there's a little space behind each queen, which gives you access to some upgrade materials, some rocks, and bits and pieces. And because you kill the queen, you also get the queen's body parts. which I'm pretty sure unlocks an armor for that particular type of queen. If you decide you're going to keep her alive and befriend her, firstly you get access to these eggs, which gives you access to more easy access eggs. It also gives you the relevant queen pheromones, which enables you to build certain things in your base. Some of it's sort of decorative, some of it's for weapons and armor, or weapons at least. But it is designed that you have to do it 2, if not 3 times to get enough bits to get all of the Ant Queen stuff, the relevant queens. Bombardier over there. Yes. Yeah, the eggs that are here respawn quite quickly. On my single player playthrough, I can run in here, grab all the eggs, run back to my base, which is in a similar sort of position as to it on here, as it is on here. And by the time I come back again, these piles have respawned. So if you pick up one of the ant eggs near one of the other ants, they don't appreciate it. The important thing to know here as well is there's a little timer. It's almost like a reverse spoil time. If this gets all the way around to full, the eggs actually hatch, as opposed to spoiling. It's not as much of a problem for the red ant, but the other ants might be a little bit more aggressive towards you if you take the eggs back and hatch them in your base. Now I've got to find, first of all, where the last bit of raw science is. There's one more piece of bee armor.
Hello, powerless ant.
There's the raw science. That is the hole that I don't want to fall down just yet.
Science.
Pretty sure the last piece of bee armor is I think I've got most of. Oh, no, rock. The water that we swam into to grab the raw science. This is the other entrance or exit. So I could have bypassed some of that cave, but and if you do fall down that hole, you end up back in the food chamber. And the chip, if you didn't spot it, was just in this corner. Yeah, next to the dead body guy over there. Now what I've got to do is get out of here before those couple of eggs hatch. Analyze an egg. Then should go swimming. And you can obviously just grab these eggs from here, but the ants plus the soldier ants will attack you. I'm all for not getting attacked. If I can help it. Certainly at this early stage anyway.
We've
Maybe
got a
when I've got
soldier
some
ant over here.
really good armor, I might just do it, but for now, not so much. There's an egg.
Science!
I find that very rude. Maybe I've already unlocked it. I've just unlocked the bee armor. Cool. So that was worth my time. Might as well do that. Yeah, let's start with the chest piece. Have I already unlocked the thing that I want? That's why. I have already unlocked the bomb. Don't ask me how an ant egg creates a bomb, but apparently it does. Let's do that bit. This is daytime then, and it's that was loud. A little bit easier to see then. Where do I want to put food? Probably want to put food in one of these random chests in here. You, and you. I've got some spoiled meat upstairs. I'm going to put you upstairs, because you're an upgrade rock. Not really, but you are. Sure. You can sit in there for a second. You and you can go in there. Do I actually need a bomb on me? Don't think so. I'm just going to build up a storage of these. When I feel like an excessive amount is enough, I will keep farming them until I eventually realise that an excessive amount is an excessive amount. And I'm starting to build my 5th chest of bombs. I need some water quickly, and I need to go and get probably a little bit more food on the go, but
That tastes
do that.
surprisingly not terrible. I mean, this is probably what bottled water is.
Door shut. We'll do one little thing on the way to our next destination. Which is this. If you don't know, get inside the mint container here. These respawn. So I want to do this now, so that I've done it, and then I can, again, farm these off camera. Need more stamina. There is a small chance that I can get a trinket from these guys. Which is the other reason why I want to kind of farm them. It's not the greatest of trinkets, but it will potentially have some use towards the end of the game. And it's certainly going to be a thing that I want to try and collect. Cool. Exactly 20. Now if you eat one of them, you'll unlock fresh defense. Fresh defense gives you gas resist, burn resist, and sizzle protection. That doesn't mean, when it says sizzle protection, it doesn't mean you're not going to take any damage from sizzle. It just dramatically reduces how long it takes to fill up the sizzle meter. Think of it like a reverse oxygen meter. It will increase up to a point, and once it gets full, you'll then start taking burn damage. And then the burn resist, I'm guessing, is to do with some of the upper yard creatures. And then the gas resist is things like the stink bugs and being around rotten food, things like that. But if you eat 10, I believe it is, it should unlock the tier 2 and tier 3. That's one of my most used. Yeah, one of my most used mutations that pretty much stays on all the time. Mostly because I'm silly and I completely forget that I need to go and put on a gas mask to take on stink bugs. And I'll be mid-fight and be like, oh, I'm taking damage. Oh, I'm slowly dying.
Watch where you stick that nose, Weevil.
I'm so glad I remembered now before I started to go swimming. Might want my swimming gear. Please, I went through the pain of getting the upgraded bubble helmet as opposed to the lower tier one. I shall show you what I mean in a minute. So initially, you unlock the gill tube. That gives you an extra, I think it's 40 seconds of oxygen. I literally used my gill tube on both of my playthroughs that I've done for maybe 10 minutes of play. Instantly upgraded to the bubble helmet and haven't gone back. I think the bubble helmet now gives me something like 140, 150 oxygen. And that's a significant upgrade to enable you to live longer. Say the oxygen in this game is it's a little different from others. So if you get 0 whilst you're swimming around, that's it, you drown. I will drop off those mushrooms. Cool. I now have the things that I need to survive underwater. Apart from which means we'll make 3 or 2. I haven't unlocked you because you're in underwater. I can't wait till my zipline network works. This walking around thing is it's not fun. You do miss a lot of the action on the ground, like nearly running into spider territory. Constant being on alert of, is there a wolf spider around?
Ooh, there's an orb weaver.
Nope, but there is an orb weaver. Like I said, it would be boring, just zipping back and forth all the time, but it's a lot quicker. And of course the acorns are back. My number one battle at the moment is enough acorn pieces for chests. Oh yeah. Please ignore my parkour skills. I've already set up a zipline anchor to here, apart from I need the clay. So I'll be able to zip back from here at some point. But I set up these guys to start the sap grind a lot sooner than I did before. I ran out of bits and pieces. Thinking I might just add a couple more to this tree for the amount that I know we're going to need in the future. Almost want to come over here sort of once or twice and just fill up and be done with it. Need to get in there at some point as well. That'll be a fun thing to do on camera. Take on 2 wolf spiders at once. Might as well grab that tiny amount of water from this drink station. Lovely. Virgil, where are you?
It is nice to see. How can I help you today? Ah, more chip. Hand it over and look. Much better.
Also wants me to put that in there, which I completely forgot to do. So this is the super duper machine. Basically, anything that you physically have, you can duplicate. However, you'll notice that some of these are grayed out. That's because the limit is above what I can do. Probably because this is a tier 2. I think that's tier 2 as well. Basically, you can hover over it and it'll tell you how much it's going to cost to duplicate it. Certain things are a lot cheaper than others. Would recommend not doing it too early in the game. Like, it's quite easy just to go and get some more sap. Quite easy to go and get some more plant fibre. But towards the end of the game, you've got the other 2 discs. You might have a couple of friends that want a dandelion tuft, for instance, that might be cheaper or easier for you to just duplicate one you've got yourself. I think the limit for the tier 3 disc is like 20,000 raw science, so it can rack up quite quickly. But through normal gameplay, you should be able to buy everything available from the shop, and still have a little bit of time to play. A little bit of not time to play. A little bit of raw science left. That's what I wanted. So what I've just bought there, the canteen upgrade, takes your standard canteen and makes it a canteen plus, which gives you 4 water rather than 2, or 4 liquids you can hold. Pretty sure it's the same cost, but you can't upgrade your lower tier canteens. The fiber bandages just makes that cheaper, which again will cut down the cost of those resources, in particular the sap. Pretty sure it's now 1 sap to 1 fiber, whereas it was 2 to 1. Built a small base. This is quite literally just going to be a respawn point. I know a lot of people,
Make it on the
a
move.
lot of YouTubers will build their bases out on those on the lily pads out there. I might find out the reason why in a new game pass, but I won't for the moment. At the moment it's nice and safe over where we are. I am not going to need all of that. I might need some more of that. Can I get more of that down there? Potentially I can.
Putting on some more armor.
Those two can sit in there, so I don't need to take up those spaces. I will keep these torches on me just in case. So grab a bit more plant fibre just in case. Just take it up to 15. Then I've got enough sap and fibre to match. So, a couple of things about being underwater. It's 160 seconds, cool. Certain weapons don't work under here. The lava blade doesn't work. That doesn't work. The hammer doesn't work. You can use a spear, although it's not very fast. And I've just realised I haven't set up my dagger on that. On my second doohickey. I know what I mean. Loadout. Obviously you won't be able to use bows either underwater. You can use a spade underwater, and that is also going to need to be on my hotbar. Here's in 5. Cool. And just on principle, I can put them down there as well. Am I going to need it? Probably not. So underwater, the dagger is basically one of the better items you can use. There is a bone dagger, which is a tier 2 dagger, which we need to go down there to go and get the remaining ingredients for it. And eventually you can unlock a tier 3 dagger, and I'm pretty sure it's the only tier 3 dagger you can unlock. But that's the upper yard thing. We're a little bit away from that. This algae that I'm picking up is basically basically one of the easiest foods that you can get. There's plenty of it. Just want to pick up a little bit, just so I've got some on me. The tadpoles are non-hostile. Obviously you can kill them. There are water bowmen, which are also non-hostile. Just in case you didn't know, if you kill a water biteman or one of those spiders, they replenish your oxygen. So that's quite useful to know before we go down into the lab. If you see me starting to panic for any particular reason, it's because I'm running out of oxygen and I need to kill one of those spiders to get it back. Under here, under most of the lily pads, you'll find some lily pad wax. These are some of the ingredients you need to make the underwater gear that I've got. And over here, we'll talk about the fish in a minute. Here you'll find some eel grass. Sometimes it will just give you all of it, sometimes it will drop like one strand like that. So you might want to just have a quick look afterwards to make sure you've got everything. Not necessarily all of that. And basically that's how long I used my first gill tube for, was to do that. To just get a little closer to you. I have already peeped you. That's cool. Yeah, we don't go near the fish. Fish equals death. She will pretty much bite you once and you're dead. In fact, she might even go for that in a minute. Yeah, that sounds like I'm in trouble. But I'm pretty sure she has a bad eye. I'm pretty sure it's her left eye. So just keep that in mind if you're swimming around her. Yeah. I have died many times to her. By many, I think it's only like 2 or 3. Any of the bubbles that come out of these pipes will also replenish your oxygen if you hit them. There's the fish. Thank you, good sir. Now, there's a T-Rex here with another piece of rotten gear. And directly below me is where you can find koi scales.
Light. Turn away the inky depths of the night.
And it can be used to make koi armor. I personally haven't ever bothered making it. My first playthrough, I was sitting here using the ladybird chest piece, which I was going to make and didn't. So we can also get sunken bones, which is what you need to use to make the bubble helmet. A sensible person would sit here and grab the one, wait for it to respawn, come back down again. You've got to do that. You got 5, I think it is, for the bubble helmet. We can do what I did, which was to come down here. And yeah, I basically just kept running through this lower level. And you'll find that there are many. Open that up in a bit. There's that one. For the moment, the only danger that's got down here is drowning. I should probably go and open the lab. Yeah, the lab's not open. That might take you a couple of deaths to do those 5, but you should be able to then at least make your way back to here. If you can't, the backpack actually drops and floats to the surface, so you could almost just do a death run. I assume that would work on a higher level, higher difficulty, because it just drops the resources on the easy ones. Key bubble. Now, I might just deal with this first, I think. Actually, no, because that's in that back corner. Let's go and open the lab up first. I thought the hole for it was like here somewhere, but I just remembered it's not. So you want to head up towards the raw science. It's up there. That's the only available door that's open. You definitely want to make sure you've got at least the improved, at least the gill tubes.
I've always wanted to say
You've got to swim through this tunnel. And once you get to the lab entrance, you've still got to sit here and hold your hand on this. So then open the door up, and that's your first breath you can take from the T-Rex. Yeah, so part of the reason I did the effort of getting the improved stuff is that I can slowly talk through that on camera. Originally, I just didn't bother, just swam through.
Each member of the Tully family, excepting yours truly, looks at Brussels sprouts, the great cabbage of Belgium, with utter disdain. Within its densely packed leaves, a high-powered nutrient boost in a miniature form factor. And yet mealtime after mealtime, it is recklessly cast aside. Well, more for me. The body knows when it's lacking something. Funny that it doesn't define why, though. But I have taken the hint, and out of those brilliant horticulturalists of Belgium, one better. You see, these little morsels are a prime candidate for experimentation in my new submersible multifunction lab. A closed-loop system complete with retractable solar dome. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Dr. Tully, it is almost time for your appointment.
Already? The joys of getting older. Trudy pushed me to go see a doctor after she remarked that I looked like a plate of wet ham. Very well. Mustn't be late and keep Dr. Applebaum waiting.
Anywho, all this food that's in here, as long as you leave it in here, it won't spoil. And because it's underwater, you can actually eat some of it, apparently. There. The water flea meat counts as a snack. It doesn't make you sick. So you can actually eat the water flea meat that's there. Again, if you're really desperate for food. If you're really, really desperate for food, just eat the stuff that's going to make you sick. Oh no, we can't do anything. There are 3 breakers that need turning on. Happily noted, ABC. That's back in the main water chamber. should take that now before I forget that I have that. When you do the turn the 3 breakers on, it opens this room up. So obviously we can't do anything with that for the moment. That is why they conveniently gave you a load of lily pad wax, eelgrass, and the mold stalks just in a box, so you can make an underwater torch, because some people might not realise the whole lab pretty much is underwater. Not the whole lab, but most of the lab. So, again, you can do this with the basic gill tubes. It's just a bit hairy. As an example, you'd have to turn that one on, swim back out, turn the second one on, which is over in this corner. Which is hairy because there's a couple of spiders here. And we're just about running out of oxygen with the gill tube. So you don't have to fight the spiders, you can just try and swim around them, but thank you. Thank you for dying. The third and final breaker is in that room. To get to that room, you have to go through this tunnel. And go this way. Go up here. Go here. Go down. Turn the breaker. And then get out again, and back to the only oxygen source. That is a milk molar. That is what the underwater milk molars look like. Obviously, because you can't break them with a hammer, they had to do something slightly different, so they just took away the outside part of the tooth. There's a scabby, and there is his body. The report there is part of the 100% completion thing. There are many, many, many bodies across the land, across the garden, the yard. Now, if I can get out of here, that would be nice. Thank you. Should take that. I can't remember exactly how many bones that I need for the dagger. Yeah, so as you can see, the swim time is almost essential. So most of that is just to make my life a bit easier for recording purposes. Where are we? We're looking at bone dagger. That is why they gave you silk. Because it's almost expected that you have the silk. Now I could make the trident. And that would give you just enough silk down here to make the bubble helmet. So it's a kind of at this point that you could upgrade your water. Your oxygen. Obviously I don't need to do that because I have it. So I think I will just make a bone trident. Mostly because it's a tier 2. Annoyingly, you can't actually progress without actually putting the making a pebblet dagger. There's the trident. And now I have a level 2 spear. I will get rid of my basic one. Let's go and grab that milk molar. That is not the way to the milk molar. Yes, it is. With these couple of tier 2 things, it's almost... I will start to upgrade the tier 2 stuff. Just a little bit. I won't bother putting major enchants and things on there. Element boosting stuff. It's almost worth it. Because you're going to be in tier 2 stuff for a little while. Can't actually make the... element globs without the third super chip, which unlocks the oven. It's telling me there's another scabby down here. Just poked one of that, look. Go. Oh, I'm almost full up. Fantastic. Do I actually need to empty my inventory? Probably a good idea. Because there's bound to be some upgrade rocks in there. Let's head back. Fire, getting some more scales. Some bones. So for now, I'll need to probably repair the spear and things with the natural resources. Did I just spin myself around? I just spun myself around, didn't I? Let's go in here and catch my oxygen again. Yeah, I'll go and drop off the few bits I've got. Come back. So the other way you might need to actually get down to the lab is to use these fans. That one in particular will push you basically through here. Just remember there's a milk there. This torch is also about to break. There you are. The reason I knew that was there was because I had to go and find it on purpose, because I couldn't find it before. Oh cool, got it, fan 3. useful when it comes to fighting things with lots of health. I honestly didn't think I was going to need more torches, but I've already burned through one. Get to see my incredible parkour skills coming up this stick. And I definitely need to put a door on that, so I can get in from this side. Whilst we're near a field station, not a field station, just make 2 more of them. Right, that's staying here. That's staying here. That's staying here. I don't need them anymore. Shouldn't need any of that anymore, although I'm going to probably pick some up anyway. That can go in there. That's food. That can go in there. That can go in there. If I use all these torches, then I will be either amazed or just surprised. Just crash there for a second. I'm going to grab a drink. Go and get the key in a minute. Where am I going? Down there. To the T-Rex. There are some other things that can obviously help you out a little bit if you are struggling. There's at least a smoothie that allows you to get a bit more airtime and swim speed, I believe. It's one of the two. Say these fans do help quite a lot. Just be careful of this one, that it doesn't either knock you into the roof or knock you into these branches.
What do we have lurking around out here?
'Cause that hurts. Take some oxygen. I'm going to take one of the... Pretty sure there was a resource analyzer somewhere. Oh, the... Yes, going through the... underneath. That's fine.
Good thing I'm hungry.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a lot of food. Key. Let's go and get the key. You don't need to get the key to do the lab, but we're here. May as well do it. In this tunnel, near that fan. Just ignore everything on the way in. This tunnel is a very long tunnel. Somewhere around here. Key. Could just choose to leave at this point. Looks like 3 spiders. too noisy. I feel like there was some more bits that were worth picking up, not necessarily in here. Maybe not. Now that they're out of our way. Yeah, so the mossy key is for the chest that we saw on the way in. Ow. Couple of small upgrade rocks there. These are just pebbles. It's not as long as I thought it was. I thought this is a really, really long tunnel, but it's not as I thought it was. There is some more spots to look at once you've completed the lab. Over that way. I don't want to get blown away by you. So I could have sworn there was a tunnel like here somewhere, but maybe not. If there is, I'll just do it off camera. There's probably just some milk bowls down there. This should now unlock. That's another gold bowler. And another auxiliary chip. We should return to the lab. When we go back to Burgle, there'll be some more upgrades available. Pretty sure it just gives you upgraded fin flops. Fin flop plus. It's one of the main upgrades. And maybe a better fin tube or something. Don't worry, the door reopens if you go near it. That's probably why I should have brought my other armor, but okay, it's fine, it's fine. We don't need to worry about that. I'm going to move my hammer to where my hammer normally sits. And my dagger into 6, which is where my dagger is currently sitting. Sure, let's put my spade in the right spot. Okay. Button. That opens this door into here. It's not sleepy time, that's fine. Now, that door and that door are currently closed, which basically means we have to go through that one. You're telling me there is a scabby here. Is that in this room or is it above us? Might be above us.
Science!
Get your science here.
There is an underwater bit that takes us to a locked door, currently. That door, pretty sure is the door in the main entrance. So you can skip part of it and come into this room. The reason I have my hammer out is there are more robots in the general vicinity. Not necessarily directly in our path right now, but they are about. There's a little box behind here with some more upgrade rocks. Wherever that scabby is, I'm kind of regretting having taken the final the scabby's upgrade. water. I'm hopefully going to remember the exact location of this thing I'm looking for now. Just... Come this way. Upgrades. This is one place we need to go to. Pretty confident we're going to get attacked by a spider from me in a minute. I don't need this clay, but if I do my job right, I won't need to go back again. I will need the clay back on the surface at some point. Back to what I was looking for, which is... that spider I said was going to attack me. I am slightly lost now. Let's go and get some air. Over there is you must be in the last part of the tunnel. Is this the room I just came in? Yes. So, go that way. It's not very easy to navigate this. Behind there. Go through here. Oh, there's all the clay that I was expecting to find. That's what I'm looking for. Again, I had to come back down here specifically for that. Go away. Yeah, so that figurine is just there. And so the scabby is in that little cave there. So if you need the scabby underwater, you can hopefully navigate your way to there to get that collectible. That's another thing that is part of the many things that need collecting for the 100%. Thank you. Back to the hammer. This is that.
Dr. Applebaum has pronounced me in perfect health. For a man 20 years my senior. I must face the facts. The gray hairs, the wrinkles, they are not figments of the imagination. I can draw only one reasonable conclusion. It is the elusive fractional errors of the shrinking process which are the cause. Trudy has asked that I discontinue my experiments, but what choice do I have? If I quit now, I will have nothing. What will I be other than a failed inventor and scientist with no discoveries to his name, unable even to teach the basics of physics to a gaggle of hormonal teenagers? No! If this means that I must sacrifice 20 years of my life, then so be it.
That door does bring you back to the main area, or the starting area. I'm just very aware that my food is a little bit low. Hopefully that is enough to... Oh, I've got that.
I have limits. Or, I guess I thought I did.
Where's those robots are the ones I was concerned with.
Let's see what we can find. Peeped a new one.
Little room just here which has absolutely nothing in it apparently. Makes no sense as to why this is even a room. Then I have to follow the footprints upstairs here. Hey! Dude. Wasn't expecting you to be out and about. It's great. They prepare you for what's supposed to be a mini boss fight. Nice. That apparently is the last of the Arca cards, according to that. From what I remember from before, the robots, once you've taken out all of the robots of that particular type, it'll give you the gold card. Let's do that before that spoils.
Science.
Let's do the clay. Yeah. Clay foundations. So glad. Might as well do that because I have it. And that should get rid of that part of it. Pretty sure we should be good to go now with no more enemies. Upgrade rock on the wall. There's the scabby that's been pestering us for a while. Upgrade rock. So there's more raw signs that might be outside though. More upgrade rocks. Turn if I need it. Cool, going upstairs. These will be extremely helpful moving forward. The main purpose of these are for smoothies. I'm not sure exactly what it does. I think it just prolongs the prolongs the effects slightly. There are 30 of them just sat here. They will respawn. Because I've done a loop, I always miss that collectible. I don't think there's any more. Got these steps, you'll find Super Chip, Super Duper Upgrade Mark II. Another talkie
This time you've
collectible.
gone too far, Wendell Tully. You've done the unthinkable.
And we'll skip the talkie because that's loud. Check into that door. And that door. Plus some
For
more
a guy
doors
who
across
believes
the
that his entire
place.
life is a big failure, he sure did accomplish some pretty impressive things. Not that I'm
That
letting him off the hook for
first
this whole
door
getting us
that it
kidnapped,
showed on the
shrunken, and
camera
left for dead in this yard thing.
on the cutscene opens up this door. Opens this door.
Science.
This is a
And-
lot easier than lab.
This tunnel then goes back out into the main pond. Where is the fish? Also unlocked.
Light.
This door.
Turn back the shadows and turn away the inky depths of the night.
Can't fully complete this little area, but there is some raw science. Well, yeah. To get into that room, you need the assistant manager's key. Very important that you do get into there. First of all, in that box, there is a trinket. There's one of those trinkets in the game. And directly opposite that is a lever or control panel of some sort. See if I can see it from the outside before I run out of oxygen. That button. That opens up one of the other labs. So it's quite important that you do come back here once you've got that key to actually get into there. Just gonna go and get some oxygen. Can't remember if I can do the other part of that lab. The other door that opens up in the cutscene is
Science.
the pagoda. It's the fountain type thing that's in the middle of the pond.
Science.
That thing. Grab some more air as I'm here. Get in there. Just can't remember if we can get in there and do everything in here.
Science.
Just to manage the keycard. There is more upgrade rocks. And on there is some lily pad wax. It's not that exciting in there, it literally just loops from there to there, so I might just do that bit off camera when I do get that card eventually. But yeah, so it's basically all that's in there. Don't think there's any collectibles in there other than getting in there. Anything else I can do? Don't tell me there's any more raw science. I must have got that before. There's a little bit of raw science up in there, and there's a field station as well. Just in case you didn't know that. Let's try and get home. Oh, let's go and drop off the super chip and sleep. There's a another cutscene. This could be dangerous in a minute. I don't really want to sleep now, so that I can sleep in a minute and show off the cutscene. But that means going near the oak tree with possibly 3 wolf spiders nearby.
Hope this is enough to keep me safe.
There is definitely going to be too much stuff in my inventory to get back home. By that many. That's fine, I can deal with that in a minute. Let's have you out. And if I'm lucky enough, we can get into the lab before a wolf spider attacks us. That's a good start. It's a very good start. It's annoying there's no bed in here. Give you the super duper chip. So now it's up to 2,000 on the processing limit,
Performing diagnostic.
which means I can do an insect axe if I want to. That still means that is a lot more than that. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's great because you can also duplicate random bits of meat as well, apparently. Okay, where are you, Burgle?
Good grilling. Hello there. Acting. How can I help you today?
I apologise for all the talking in a minute.
Ah, more chips. Hand it over and let us see what I... much better. Check the ASL Terminal Science Shop for the new recipes. I knew I could count on you. Please hold while I update my files. Here we go. Processing. Processing. Woo! Better than ever. My diagnostic module is now restored. Analysis shows the spacer suffered a catastrophic failure in the embiggening cell. The embiggening cell stores and regulates interatomic energy transfer during the spacing expansion phase of the spacer. Put simply, it controls the rate of growth of the subject and prevents overexpansion, which can be quite messy. There is both good news and the bad news. Which would you like to have first? The good news is that I have a spare cell here. The bad news, it is empty. The cell must be filled with a special mixture, a cocktail if you will. Another breakthrough invention by Dr. Tully. Hold please while I push the recipe for the embiggening cocktail to your scabby. Processing. Processing. Error. Missing directory. The directory you attempted to copy does not exist. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo. Cheese and fries. It appears the formula for the embiggening cocktail is not in my memory. It must be on one of the remaining super chips. We will need that recipe in order to fill the embiggening cell and send you home. I am sorry. It seems like the forces of nature are trying to keep you in this yard, but I believe you are here for a reason. Hold on to the empty cell for me, and when you feel ready, retrieve another super chip to see if we can piece this puzzle together. I'm afraid Dr. Tully did not program me for dream analysis, but I will do my best. Was it perhaps about electric beef? I have always wanted to have that dream. Why don't you describe your dream for me? Aha! That confirms it. There are 2 spacers, just as Dr. Tully surmised. One in the yard and one at Eminent. He had a hunch that they continued his work on the spacer after he stopped working for them. It all computes. I do not believe these are just dreams. These are surely your memories. But perhaps they only return to you as dreams. So, Eminent shrunk you, and now you are here. I am pretty sure you are not an Eminent secret agent. I was JKing. That was a test. You passed. So if you are not an Eminent agent, why would they be shrinking children? Surely I have no idea. Yet another puzzle for us to solve. On the plus side, your memories must be slowly returning. If you have another dream, please come again. How can I be of assistance? Have to keep everything nice and clean.
Wow. There is far too much talking from that dude. More space. Oh, so good. Love it. What do we need? Don't really need that. Yeah, I was right. Lantern upgrade. What was the other thing? I couldn't work out. Sure, let's take that. And do I really want that yet? Never used one of them yet. That's fine. The rest of those can sit there for a minute. I'll decide if I'm going to unlock them later. They're not that important. The Slime Lantern Plus is probably the most important thing out of that so far.
Those aphids look like they have things to do
Let's get
and people to see.
run away. I did hear the wolf spider patrolling. Worst thing that could happen right now is it just being around this way. Dream time.
It's a go for molecular reduction. Spacer is prime.
All tucked in with the outfits and backpacks they were snatched in.
Body mass readout is an acceptable range. The skin fold degradation is minimal.
Specimen vitals are stable and holding. Looks like we've done it.
Great job, everyone. Let's set up 3 more trials for replication.
Sorry to crash your party. The Defense Department has arrived early to discuss Project Orc. The director needs you to be present at the meeting.
Not sure what's worse, our director or a 3-hour meeting with the military.
That wasn't my favorite brand of nightmare. You know, I do suppose being a lab experiment in my dreams is a summation of my daily existence. So the military-industrial complex shrunk me down and then prodded me like a lab animal. My life is a geopolitical nightmare. Perfect.
Anything in there I don't need to bring with us. At the moment, I don't need to. I'll bring backpack. Honest. Those two can stay there, and I'll just upgrade rocks. leave all that sap here, it will give me a reason to come back and pick it up. Right, I'm gonna make it home. Now that the spiders have gone to bed. I'd love to say I can use my super fast travel system to get us back from here to the base, but that doesn't yet exist. I should run on home. Is there anything else on me that needs analysing? Oh, it is 3. If I find a field station on the way, I will just do those 3 bits. It's tempting to do the stinger spear. Pretty sure the koi scales will give me the armor for it. So I haven't actually used any of the koi scale armor yet. Pretty sure its benefits are basically just underwater stuff. Going this way because I'm sure there is a field station just there. Which means I can
Science!
nearly level us up. That gets rid of a story-ish mission that's on there. Which levels us up again to give us nothing because we've already unlocked all of those bits and pieces. And that gave us nothing. That's sad. Seriously, you want me to craft guild tubes as a story-ish mission? We are just going to run.
Keep that nose to yourself.
Not respawned yet. I don't think there's any more that I definitely need to try and research at this point. Some algae on here? Maybe. I was kind of hoping that by the time I got back here it would be at least recharged a little bit. That might be worth doing. That also might be worth doing. Oh. These guys can come out. I was expecting there to be a few more bits in there. Oh, that's why, because I don't actually have any koi scales in there, or bones. And that should have... That should have... That should have... Cool, none of those have got the rotten pieces that I was looking for. Oh, trinket. Oh, that's the rotten lava blade is in there. Pebblet spear can go away now. there for a second with that and that and that and that one. Brussels sprouts probably need to go downstairs, but I'll do that in a minute. I think we're there. Don't know what I kind of want to achieve today. The rest of this is just basically tidying up, so I can do the rest of that off camera. So the only thing that might be worth me trying to do would be maybe that and that, just to get rid of that circle and that. Just again to get that out of there. I will definitely need to do the firefly goo in a minute at some point. Might need to farm a few more of those before the end of the game. Not just yet. That one. Oh, cool, we got all three.
Science!
If we hadn't already unlocked the face mask. Unlocked it then, I think.
Scrabble along, comrade.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for today. Don't really need to upgrade it just yet. You can sit on there and become jerky. Let's just go to the outside.
Taking a look around.
I think that's our next task. Going over there. Going over there is going to be not very exciting. No, be very, very exciting, but it's going to be painful. I don't know whether to turn that thing off yet or not. But yeah, sort of just underneath there is the haze lab. That makes the most logical sense. Go and get that chip, which then means I can start making mushroom bricks, and then I can really go into the upgrading part of it. Then the only other super chips that are is that one, and then the only other auxiliary chips we've got are the one on top of the picnic table and the one in the sandbox, and that is every part of, or every major location in the lower yard we have access to complete. Somewhere around here is the access to get to the upper yard. That's when the game jumps just a little bit. The difficulty sort of steps up just a little bit more. But we're a little way off of that still. I think, say, the next major episode thing that we do will be taking on the haze, possibly doing the picnic table, because that's like one of the most visited places I go to. Quite easy to set up a little zipline network to get from the upper to the lower yard once that's set up. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoy the episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your days. I'm not sure when I'm going to be next on, but hopefully that will be fairly soon. Maybe this week, maybe next week. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to do that, but I will hopefully see you then. Take it easy, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your days. See you later. Bye.